Howdy cowboys and cowgirls, I'm Cowboy Jack, and today I'm really excited. We're gonna learn about something that's really important to me. Do you guys see where we're at? Come on, look at this. We're at Hebrew's Coffeehouse in Magnolia, Texas, and we're gonna learn all about the profession of being a barista and how to make different coffees. Coffee's a big important thing for us grown-ups, so come on, let's go check it out. Wow, what an amazing, unique building. It is set up so cool in here. So coffee houses are really community gathering spaces. Very unique, but in different cultures, just like here in the US, everybody likes to get together for a nice cup of joe every once in a while, and this is such a cool environment for that. But we're not here to look at the furniture, we're actually gonna learn all about making coffee. Wow. Oh, hi.
Hey, Cowboy Jack, you made it.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you guys.
This is my good friend Jeffrey. He's actually the owner here of Hebrew's Coffeehouse, and that's his wife right back there.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Hey, Marcia, how are you doing today?
It's really she brews because she does most of the work around.
Ah, I see what you did there. Very clever. Well, I heard you were willing to show us a thing or two about being a barista and making a little bit of coffee.
Absolutely. Are you guys ready to come back with us?
Come on, guys, let's do it.
Come on.
Wow, where do I go back? This is like a behind the scenes right here.
Very behind the scenes.
We're going around the corner. This is going to be cool.
This is where all the action is.
Wow, so there's a lot of big equipment and tools back here. I mean, I've never even seen one of these. I've been to a lot of coffee places, but I've never been behind the counter. This is really cool.
This is pretty cool, kids, because this is actually a 3 group head machine. And most coffee shops will just have 2 because they don't do a lot of business off the 1 machine. We became so busy that we actually had to have a bigger machine that could do more espresso drinks.
Wow, espresso drinks. Is that just like a different kind of coffee?
It is different, and it's pretty awesome because everything is really specific on how we grind our coffee and make it. And so when you want to grind over here and you get a specific blend, and I really want it to look like it's almost like sand. Like it looks like you're like almost dirt or sand on a seashore, right?
Wow.
And that's the perfect grind for this coffee. And then you're gonna get it, and we're gonna do some cool examples for you guys. And we'll be able to see, we'll use this cool clear cup, and we'll see if we can look at it. Now watch this.
Wow, get up in there close, guys.
Yeah, let's watch it. So as this thing goes, now watch how cool this is. It should look like caramel sauce. If you've got a great espresso shot pulling, it's gonna look like caramel sauce. And look at the separation here. We as Christians kind of like to say this is the spirit, soul, and body of the coffee. And you're gonna see this cool little, the head on it. You're gonna see the right middle ground is what's our spirit, and there's our heart right back in there.
Wow,
pretty cool, huh?
Really, really cool.
And that's a great espresso shot. You guys are maybe a little too young to be drinking espresso, but if
Yeah,
mom and
but
dad
maybe
are here,
mom and dad need a little bit of
Yeah,
espresso. I
they
mean,
would
I know
love-
I enjoy a good cup.
and it's pretty delicious. And so we're really famous for something called coffee flights.
What is a coffee flight? Do you actually
Kinda
take coffee up in the air?
We actually take a trip. No, we don't take a trip. But flights are so much fun because moms and dads can come in, they can have 4 different drinks,
Whoa.
and they can sample drinks and figure out what's their favorite drink. And so while Marcia makes us another 2 shots, this is really cool. So this week, guys, we try to be really creative and adventurous, and this is our around the world flights.
Well, I'm looking at all these different names, and I see some different places. Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah.
That is Brazil?
That's Brazil.
All right, I knew it. Moroccan spice.
And this is from Morocco, which is part of Africa. And so we use some really fun spices there to make it like an interesting coffee. Then we have the Barcelona Bonbon, which is a really fun, like condensed milk and coffee. It's super sweet. You guys could actually probably like that. Probably won't like all the other ones, but that one would be really good. And then we have the famous Australian Aussie Lamington latte.
Oh, wow.
So we wanted to be fun and have an Australian drink, and basically all of our customers had voted on what was gonna be really fun and cool, and they were like, we wanna have an Australian drink, so we got it in there.
So that's like from Australia. Guys, you remember just recently we met my buddy Grant the wallaby, that little bitty guy that hops real fast. He was cool.
So
wow, so that's the espresso shot you made over there, and you're just dumping it in there.
And what we do is we pull 4 little shots for our drinks, and Miss Marcia's gonna pull 2 more. And then something really fun and special is gonna happen when we make this last drink, the Rio de Janeiro. Cool, huh? And while Miss Marcia's doing it, I'm gonna grab some ice, but this is really fun because it's creative. It keeps us doing like different drinks at different times. Let me get back here and get some of this ice.
This one here, it actually is a cold brew. That's why we didn't pour a shot in there.
Oh, okay.
Cold brew is made differently. It's not hot. It's not steeped hot, right? It's steeped overnight for 13 to 16 hours.
Oh wow! So
and
like
that's how the
when I was growing up, my parents had this percolator coffee maker that had a hot water thing, and it would kind of push the water through that.
Yeah.
And the grounds were pretty big. That's funny.
They're very big. And why they're big is because a lot more water is coming through those grounds.
Oh,
and that's
okay.
almost how we do our big drip machines. But espresso is different. Espresso's got to be small little grounds, and they get pressurized with that water. And that's what makes them so good and so rich.
Okay.
We'll put a little ice in there. Let me grab some more ice back here, babe.
Being a barista is insane. This is almost like being a scientist
You guys are like
for
back
coffee.
behind the scenes.
It's
where all the
science,
magic happens.
It's creative. A lot of baristas tend to be very much so on the creative end.
That's
Yeah.
very
Artists,
cool.
yes.
Well, it is absolutely an art form. I'm watching what you're doing, and I couldn't do this without some training. And I'm sure your employees here go through a lot of training to get how to learn how to do this.
And unfortunately for them, we change it up like every 2 weeks, so they got to go through a lot of training all the time.
Hey, learning more keeps us young. You know, when you
That's
do
right,
something for the first time, you're not very good at it, but
All
that's
right.
why we practice.
The most fun thing to watch is when Marcia adds the finishing touches. I'm going to get you some whipped cream too, Miss Marcia.
Yes.
And then the finishing touch on the Rio de Janeiro, I think you guys are going to love.
So we're just making like a cold foam. Normally we make a hot foam on our espresso machine, but cold foam's pretty popular.
Pretty
So
cool.
It's just taking some cream and milk.
Whip
Now, what is that? Guys, take a look in there.
So we kind of do this, we get it frothy, and then once we're getting this all frothed up, we'll put it over, and it's got a little bit of vanilla in it. We turn this off, and then we'll get this over.
This is the coolest drink on the new flight.
Yeah.
Now watch this. You think this is black, but it's really not. It's really a dark blue coffee drink.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
Guys, look at that. It went from like a dark, like it looked black, and now it's kind of looking more purplish, but it's going to turn, you said blue?
It's going to be totally blue, and that's why it's the Rio de Janeiro blue drink, which is blowing everybody's minds.
So we usually will have some fun toppings, and so for today, we have our Moroccan spice, and it's got different spices in it. Cardamom, nutmeg. It's got a little bit of ginger, and so we'll get that on there.
That's really cool, because if I know anything about Morocco's, those North African countries
Lots
have
of
very
spices.
unique cuisines, and they were a big part of the
Yes,
spice
the
trade back in the
spices.
day.
Right.
And then we'll just put a little bit more of this sweet condensed milk on. Here's a
Ooh,
little
now you're
drizzle.
talking Cowboy Jack's language.
I know. Oh, the bonbon's so good.
Yes, and we'll do the same here. I think we have, this has raspberry, some vanilla, and some chocolate. And we'll just add a little bit of coconut to this.
Ooh, now we're really talking.
Fun.
So in Australia, the lamington dessert is a really big deal,
very
and
popular.
it's like sponge bread rolled in coconut and chocolate. So I was like, man, we need to do something fun for a drink. So we were like, oh, we can do that. We can put the coconut, the chocolate, and the raspberry together and make a fun drink with that.
Well, I'm glad you chose that instead of like a Vegemite coffee.
The Vegemite.
Howdy, all of our friends down under. I know you guys love your Vegemite.
I
It's
know.
an acquired taste. It's not quite for us cowboys.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think the finishing thing is that you got to try these, Cowboy Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me
Well,
get you some straws.
Here.
I need a little pick-me-up, that's for
You
sure.
need a little pick-me-up.
So, of course, in the summer, our cold ice drinks are very popular.
Yes, they are.
So,
I'm actually a cold coffee guy
Okay.
all the time.
yes.
Lion.
Unlike my parents, they like hot coffee all the
day
time.
long, yeah.
Really?
All day long.
See,
so it's interesting.
Anytime I have an iced coffee, my cowboy Caden likes to sneak a few sips, and I have to tell him, hey, buddy,
yeah,
you don't really need all that caffeine.
Yeah.
I'm always asking him for energy. That's not fair.
Busted, buckaroo.
There you go. There's a
Busted.
straw there.
All right.
Put it in
These are
there.
fun. So the deal is, when people come in and try these flights, they start them from a certain way, and we always start from left to right because these are like lighter and sweeter, and these things get down to be really rich like desserts. So
Okay.
this one, pick it up, Cowboy Jack, mix a little bit. We're gonna get that blue color to really pop for you.
Whew, you guys ready for this?
I know. Look at it, it's like a science experiment.
Wow.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's like a stormy afternoon here
That
in
is a little
Texas.
storm, a little bit more stormier, isn't it?
Isn't that weird and cool?
Oh, wow. That is very unique and super duper tasty.
I
I'm
know.
going to have another sip.
We made that from, I had never heard of butterfly pea flowers.
Yeah.
Apparently they're really popular in Thailand.
Yeah.
And so that will add natural color.
Wow.
So it's a very
Butterfly.
butterfly PEA, like a pea flower.
Yeah.
Butterfly pea flower.
Yeah.
My
Guys,
wife,
you have to know so much just to
I
make
know.
these really cool drinks. This is awesome.
in our house, we have no artificial colors or flavorings, so finding
I
other
like
alternatives is really good.
That is fantastic.
And we do an iced tea with the same thing, and it comes out like Fruit Loops. And it tastes delicious, and it's caffeine free, so kids can drink it.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
all right. All right, moving on to the next one. We're going to Morocco.
All right, Moroccan
All right,
spice.
always give it a little stir up on the bottom.
I'm excited about this one because I want to try these spices. I like a
What's
good
nice is
unique
if he gets
spice.
a big drink from the top and his beard gets covered in the, in
Oh,
the whipped
no,
cream.
I've
It's
never-
good. Then we can all laugh, kids. So Moroccan spice is interesting. A little spicier, a little different taste. This is going to be kind of our more eclectic drinkers.
Does that have nutmeg in it?
It does have nutmeg in it,
Okay, I think
yeah.
I think so.
It's kind of cool, and it's really good with the whipped cream. That's the
Oh,
best.
that's really good.
See that?
That is really good. What are you laughing at?
I'm not laughing. Nothing.
Oh
Nothing
man,
at all,
this is
Cowboy Jack.
excellent coffee. Wow, I'm gonna get another sip. Boy, it's hot in here. Whew. Hey, are you guys laughing at my hair?
Yeah.
You're not laughing at my hair? What are you laughing at? Something else? I have something on my face?
I'm just gonna say no and let it go. I think it's pretty funny.
Wait a second, you guys are playing with me.
Pretty funny. Ah, you
All right, I got it.
All
Maybe.
right.
Whew. All right, I feel better. Well, maybe I ought to find a napkin. That'd probably be best.
We got you.
Yes, there we go.
Let me see here. You
So
guys
now-
didn't tell me I had anything on my face. Woo-wee.
So now on our next
Gotta
stop
watch
of
out
the
for
journey,
these jokesters.
we're going
Oh,
all the way to Spain. Oh, he's still dreaming.
don't
He's
rush
still in
magic.
Morocco.
Don't
He's
rush
still in
magic. This
Morocco.
is incredible.
Cool.
That is really,
Super
really
fun,
good.
right? So you got to come back with a cowboy date with your wife.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
good.
right. My camera crew. Hi, camera
camera
crew. We get to make jokes about her at her expense right now because she's right behind on the other side of that
She's doing all
camera.
the hard work. All right, we're traveling to Spain.
Okay.
One of the most popular, famous places in Spain is Barcelona, and sometimes you'll hear people say it with a lisp a little
Barcelona.
bit. Barcelona. So we want to do a traditional drink called the Barcelona Bon Bon, which is super sweet, super crazy and fun. Same thing, take a sip of that, mix a little bit, and even get it from the top, of course, with the whip.
Yeah. And get the
Minus
whip
all
in
the
there.
fun that stays on your beard, but oh,
Wow.
isn't that sweet and
That's
crazy?
like ice cream mixed with
It
coffee.
really
That
is. I
Woo-wee.
want one. I'm
So
jealous
that's part
of
of what
standing
we
here.
like to create here is just this
Crazy
fun and trying
experiences.
different coffee drinks.
Well, it's really fun because normally when you go somewhere for coffee, you get, they might have a very diverse menu with a lot of different selections, but you have to pick one and then you're stuck
Yeah.
with that one flavor the whole time.
That's right.
When you come to Hebrews, that you can get a flight where you can try all these different ones.
Yeah.
And if one isn't your particular favorite, you just move on to the next one.
That's
And most
right.
of the time it's like finding your one that you love, But what's cool is this forces you to try stuff you've never tried.
That's right.
All right.
I think the Barcelona is my favorite so far.
Okay.
I think so.
That's pretty sweet. So now we got to kind of clear our palate because Barcelona is so sweet. And now we're going to travel to the land down under.
All right.
And we're going into the lamington latte, which is an Aussie favorite. And this one you do have to mix a little bit. Yes?
No, have you heard of the lamington? Apparently, it's a popular cake there.
That's what he was
Yeah,
telling me.
that's
I'd
what I was
never heard
saying,
of
yeah.
it before.
It's like a strawberry. I think it's chocolate inside, and it's got raspberry, and they roll it in coconut.
Yeah.
So,
That's weird. There's not very many desserts that I haven't heard of. It's kind of my thing.
Oh, yeah. Our little Australian friend came in and she goes, I'm here for the lamington latte and the cruffin. We do cruffins here. It's like
You're nailing
croissant
that
muffins.
exit. That's awesome. I need to work on
Makes
mine.
lots of practice. All right, last but not least,
There he is.
an Outback favorite.
That sounds like Mick from Crocodile Dundee.
That's right.
You guys are probably a little bit young for
Too
Crocodile
young,
Dundee,
too
but
young,
I
too
used to
young.
absolutely love Crocodile
Dude,
Dundee.
I felt like I was Australian just from watching those 3 movies. All right, now this should be a crazy explosion
Wow.
of different flavors, right?
That is definitely unique. I taste the raspberry,
Yeah.
and I taste the coconut.
And that,
Wow,
And I've
that
never
is-
had a coconut raspberry anything, right? It just seems like such a different thing, but it's so popular over there that it's been really a big deal since the early 19th century.
Wow.
There's a whole backstory to it.
I'll tell you what, you guys can stay here and talk coffee. I'm gonna go take a seat. I'm just kidding. This is incredible. Wow, what a cool drink. And see, we've got all that coconut mixed in there, the little dried strawberry piece in there.
Isn't that fun?
That is definitely the coolest coffee flight I've ever had.
Cool.
And I've actually had a lot of coffee flights right here in your shop.
Yeah, that's right. You guys have been here a bunch. It's so good.
Love it.
Okay, very good.
So each one of these, except for this one, used a shot of espresso from this big espresso machine.
Yes.
But like you were saying, you guys make regular coffee too, right?
Oh,
so this would be like a traditional percolator right here?
Yes, it would.
Okay.
Yeah, big drip machine, and so we get to do like a gallon of coffee because we have lots of customers coming in to get like your dad get that black coffee.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
when you
I'm
want
not
some-
quite there yet.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not that good of a dad, you know what I mean? But it's like when people want to be adventurous and try something different, that's when they can try the lattes and the flights. And we also have amazing food here. So if you guys ever want to come with your families, you guys can have the best Monte Cristos and cake pops and all sorts of fun things for kids. Cinnamon rolls.
And I also wanted to mention that a lot of coffee shops will also have tea options. And so I just wanted to mention, we were speaking of the butterfly pea flower.
Oh, yeah.
We also have a butterfly
So
tea.
watch what Miss Marsha's saying. Like, remember how we did the little Rio drink? Now watch what she does here with now this is what kids can drink too, because it's caffeine free, it's tea, and it's lemonade. So watch the magic in this drink.
Wow, guys, come over and check this out.
We've got our butterfly pea tea. This is the tea, not just the flower, but it does have the flower in it. And then we pour some lemonade in here, and it gives it a fun, it changes it from blue
Whoa.
to purple.
To purple.
That's like a science experiment. That was
Isn't that
so
cool?
cool.
So I'm gonna let you try it, and you can see.
And let me know what cereal this tastes like.
All right, I'm
We're
excited.
looking for a cereal taste,
Okay, I'm a cereal aficionado.
Good.
Let's see what we've got here.
All right, mixing. First cereal that comes to mind.
Hold on, give me a second. That's got to be Fruit Loops, right?
That's right. That's
Wow.
right. Doesn't that totally taste like
The
Fruit
first
Loops?
taste I was thinking maybe Lucky Charms, but
Yeah.
that's definitely Fruit
Fruit
Loops.
Loops.
Wow.
It's okay.
That's a whole drink that tastes just like Fruit Loops. This is really
It's
so
good,
cool.
right? Isn't it cool?
Wow, you guys are like alchemists of different beverages.
Definitely like
This is so
alchemists.
cool.
No degree to back it up.
We like
but-
to have fun, I guess. That's what it is. We
so-
like to do some fun drinks.
So did you have formal training in the coffee business?
Absolutely not.
Did you learn on YouTube?
Yeah, we did. We probably learned a lot of
We
things
did
on
learn
YouTube.
a lot of things on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a lot of information on there, just like Cowboy Jack.
That's
But
right.
this is so incredible. You've obviously mastered the craft, and people are responding very well to it, because
Yeah.
every time I come in here, it is absolutely jam-packed. That's so awesome. And like I said, this is like an amazing community meeting space.
Yeah.
I've actually come here for meetings about Cowboy Jack before in the past.
Right.
I just didn't wear my hat that
Oh,
time.
okay. Yeah. I didn't know it was you.
Yes. So we started out mobile, and we have a coffee truck.
A
and we
coffee truck?
Yes, we go all over the community, and we serve coffee.
What?
We
So
go
that
to
was the
churches.
hard days of
Yeah.
sweating in the little trailer.
Yeah.
And so and you kind of ride around, and then you drop the trailer and you're out there, and you get to meet all the people, the different churches and the hospitals and stuff. And that's really where we got our start.
Yes.
Yeah, and all the schools. Yeah, we get to go all the elementary schools for all the teachers. I know, it's really good.
It's
isn't it?
refreshing, isn't
Are you
it?
guys thirsty? You want
Yeah.
some?
Yeah, I would do it. Do it.
I wish you were here so you could taste it. It's really
Fruit
amazing.
Loops.
That is so cool. I was actually hungry when I came in. I feel like I just ate a bowl of cereal.
It's so good. So good.
So how long have you been in this physical location?
A little over a year.
Yep.
Wow.
Yes, a little over a year. We've been doing coffee for about 4 years now.
That is amazing. And coffee is just, that's it. Every day, in and out.
Yes.
Coffee, coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee.
Well,
But it's really more than coffee. It's really about people.
Yeah.
And what's cool about coffee shops, and you'll see like your parents going to them, is really they're trying to meet with people and connect.
Yeah.
And right now it's such an awesome time for us. Now we see all these relationships and kids playing on all the jungle gym stuff out there in the houses, and
Absolutely.
moms sitting and connecting again. And that's really what Hebrew's Coffeehouse is about. It's about relationships.
I love it. I love it. That's what we need more of. We need more time to just kick back, relax, and enjoy each other.
Summertime,
So we all have
yeah.
different unique stories and backgrounds, and it's fun to learn everybody's background and hear how they got to where they're at in life, right?
Absolutely.
I wasn't always a cowboy, you know?
You got it.
Yeah.
All right, so we've made all these really cool drinks and we've got to taste them and they were amazing. But what actually is coffee? Like I know it's a drink and it comes from a bean?
That's right.
Wow, so what's a coffee bean like?
Maybe if I can even show you, if you could pan over on our wall, look at those red cherries. You see how those look like cherries? Well, those aren't really cherries, those are coffee cherries. And really the coffee beans, they're inside of those things, and when the farmers get them, they take them off and they extract the beans from there and they allow them to dry and they go through a process and then they get roasted. And that's the big deal, is that we have an amazing roaster here in town, Purified Coffee Roaster, and he is really the reason why we have such great product. And if you guys haven't ever seen the little beans when they get roasted, hopefully we can show you guys.
Wow.
See how crazy those are? So those get grinded up and they get put at different levels of the grind, and that's what makes your espresso. And when you have really great beans, this is what makes really great coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can smell it, Cowboy Jack. So
Let's
hopefully you
give
can
it a
smell in
smell.
there.
Oh wow, that does smell really good. You guys want to? Oh, wait a second. I'm sorry. I tried.
You guys are missing out on all the fun.
Well,
But they make it really special, and so when you have good beans, you'll have good coffee.
so it's coffee beans that turns into different types of coffee and espresso.
That's right, and they're from all over places in the world. So this one specifically is from Colombia. And Colombia is such a great place for coffee. They have some of the best coffees in the world out of South America and Colombia. And so whenever we can do drinks that are like South American drinks or Colombian drinks, we can use this coffee and really expose how good it is. But this is what we use for our espresso every day. Not to be confused with espresso, but espresso, which we've all had to make that correction over time. So
I think I actually say it
we all do. We know espresso.
because it's an
espresso.
expressive drink,
It's
right?
very we express ourselves through our espresso.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow, so you start with a good bean and then the end product is even better.
Everything's a good bean, guys.
So how do they roast them? Just heat and tumbling?
Yeah,
or
it's pretty awesome. Actually,
Is
it's
it like
cool
in a
process.
toaster?
Maybe one day, Cowboy Jack, we can go to the roastery and have another video at the roastery.
That would be
So
amazing.
our friend owns this company, and that's why we do business with him, because he's so amazing. And the process is getting hundreds and hundreds of pounds of beans, and they look green. They don't look dark like that at all.
Oh, wow.
They come out of green bean. They go to these massive roasters, and they're heated up to certain temperatures, and all of a sudden they'll crack like popcorn.
Really?
And there'll be one crack, and then he'll wait for another 30-40 seconds, and there'll be a second crack. And he knows, because he's a good roaster, he goes, that's going to be a good medium coffee. And he pulls it off, and he keeps that for his medium blends. But for those who like a little darker roast, he lets it go a little bit longer, and he'll even get to another crack, and then you'll have a dark roasted coffee that looks really dark and tastes really dark too.
So it's not as simple of a process as just applying
No.
heat. There's a magic that goes on, kind of like popping a bag of popcorn.
It
You know, when
is.
you get towards the end of the bag, the pops
right.
get less frequent. Actually, that popcorn kind of sounds like when Cowboy Jack gets out of bed in the morning. Right?
Pop, pop, snap, crackle, pop, yeah. But yes, this is everything, guys, and it's really exciting when you can learn about the processes and understand that there's farmers that are outside of the United States that are really laboring to make the best coffee products ever. And some of them don't get paid very much money, and so we try to do everything we can to be a company that supports a fair trade or gives them more money to
That's
work
I've
over there.
heard about fair
Yeah.
trade coffee. So that just means that it's a better process
Paying a
and more
better
equal
wage,
pay,
yeah.
equal wage for the farmers.
That's right. It helps those economies out over there, and it allows those people to live and have families and support their farms, and it's really, really cool. It's good. It's great for us to be able to support something like that.
And a lot of those are sustainable farms too.
They are sustainable, and they're old family farms. And it's funny how far does it have to come from Colombia? Colombia is like 4,000 miles away, 3,000 miles away.
It's a really long way away. That's in South America.
Yeah, South America. So it has to get all the way from there, all the way up here, and then it gets roasted. And then it gets brought in these cute little bags, and we get to retail them out and sell them to everybody and use them for our coffee products.
Wow, that is so cool. Thank you for telling me about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, this has been such a cool time. I mean, I've never made a coffee before. I come in here, we've made coffee, we've learned about beans. I drank a flight. I even had Oh, hang on. I'm just one more sip. I can't help myself. A little bit more Fruit Loop tea. Well, being a barista is such a skilled trade. I think it sounds like an amazing career that somebody could pursue.
Absolutely. I think we might even hire Cowboy Jack because he did such a good job today.
Hey, well, that would be something really cool. I could probably get pretty good at this. Hey, you guys just get out of my way. I got some stuff to make over here. All right, cowboys and cowgirls. Wow, we've had such an incredible time here today. Thank you so much for showing us around and teaching me about
Cowboy
being
Jack. So excited.
I feel like a professional barista now.
You look like one.
No, I'm very far from a professional because I don't have any practice, but this is a good step in the right direction, right?
Crash course.
Well, we've learned a lot. We've had a great time. Make sure to click subscribe to Cowboy Jack on YouTube. That way you can come with us on all of our adventures because we go on a lot of them. Well, hey, we do something here pretty fun at the end of each show. Yeah. And that's the yeehaw.
Okay.
You want to do the yeehaw with me?
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, until I see you next time, 1, 2, 3.
Yeehaw!